people on here. Good morning, everybody. Joe Chacho here. Another bright day in January. Had some calls from some agents just over the last couple of weeks and say, Joe, kind of new in the business, and I want to know what I've got to do to review a policy. How do I do it? When do I do it? You know, when's the proper time to ask? First of all, let's kind of talk about what is a policy review. Policy review is when you actually ask the client for their policy to review it. You actually go through it to see exactly what they have. Sometimes the client's policy that they received from a past agent is sometimes still zipped up in the envelope that was mailed to them. They haven't even opened it up yet. For the agents that do not know how to do a policy review, the best time to learn is to ask and just look at it. When I first did my first policy review, I had no idea what I was doing, how I was going to do it, just didn't really realize anything really much about it. So what I did was that I looked at it, I said, okay, back then they didn't have cell phones where you can kind of take a picture and ask somebody. I looked at it and I said, okay, Mary Jones, here's your policy number, your face amount's $10,000. See, your premium amount is $47.15. You got it back November of 2020. So you're going through all of this stuff with them, and what you're doing is that you're just role playing it in your mind to see what they have. You're talking out loud to let her see that you know what you're talking about, and all you're doing is that you're reading. Usually the first page or the second page, depending on how the application is set up, has all their personal information on there, meaning policy number, face amount, dollar amount. Usually on the top of the policy, if it is a graded policy or modified or return of premium, is sometimes stated on top. Usually doesn't say immediate benefits. When you go to the second page of the policy, or the third page, the left page, is the table of contents, a table of index. And what that's going to show you is years 1 through 20, and then years 65 years old, and then it keeps on going a little bit further. And it tells you the yearly premium. All policies have got a cash value and a whole life. Some of them have what they call is a paid up in additions, and some policies have a extended term. Now, what policies have it? I know that Royal Neighbors has that feature, and I know Transamerica has those features off the top of my head. All carriers have got different formats on how they do it and what they offer to the client. If you don't know what you're looking at, I've actually told the client, may I take the policy with me and review it with my manager? Or may I take a picture of it, since we've got smartphones now, and get with my manager to make sure that what you have is what I see? Because a lot of times you don't know. Well, Joe, I don't want to say that because it may make me look like a fool. It may not make me look good. You've got to handle it the way you want. I can look back, and there's probably at least 2 times that I've actually left the house with the policy, signed a little receipt stating that I took the policy of Ms. Jones on today's date, the name of the carrier, my signature, left my card. So let me get one of my boss to see if there's anything better out there for you. Then what you're going to do, you're going to say, I should sit and review it. Is it really hard to understand it when you look at it in the house? Usually not. Here's a little tip. When you're looking at the actual index page that shows the years 1 through 10 or 1 through 20, you're going to see, usually on the left side or the right side, it just depends, what the face amount is. If you see years 3 or 4 all the way down that say $10,000, and on the top 2 lines, year 1 and year 2, you see maybe $432 and $917, you know that's got a 2-year waiting period. So you know you've got either a graded, you got a modified, you got a return of premium policy there. So you knew that there's something that they didn't qualify for immediate benefit, or the agent that sold them that policy did not have a program to give them immediate benefits. So to verify what you've got, or you know, in the back of that policy is the application that the client filled out. In the back shows you the actual application. Everything that like you would fill out is back there waiting for you to look at. Go look at the health questions.
If you see no health questions, that means it's a guaranteed issue, no questions asked. If you see health questions, look and see what he answered yes to, and that's going to let you know what possibly could be wrong with him. I've seen policies in a policy review that the person is has COPD and emphysema, and they received a graded or modified from a certain carrier. Yet we have a carrier that can give you immediate benefits. So that's usually the whole reason to go through the policy to see what they have. It's also a courtesy for the client. So another way for you to warm up to the client is to let you see exactly what they have. And it's also for you to learn what the different policies look like. I can't tell you how many policies I've looked at, but yet I've probably looked at, 75, 100 policies over the years. And they're all basically the same. If you've never looked at one before, just kind of nod your head, say their name, their policy number, the face amount, and what you're doing, you're kind of letting those little jitters come out because you really don't know what you're going to go into, yet you can be going down the list to get comfortable with that one there. I saw a policy that was an old policy that was a piece of paper that was one that their father had. It's probably about this big and this big, probably about 2 foot by 2 foot, that was all wrapped up into almost the size of like a legal pad, and that's how policies were given back in the days. So the purpose of a policy review is to have them show it to you, for you to get comfortable with it, to build a bond with them. Usually when you go to the door, you're there speaking with the client, you're either going to tell them, here, I'm here to go with the final expense you requested, the life insurance you requested. But yesterday, we had a talk with Matt, and there's always different ways to do things, because what we're trying to do now is that we're trying to be able to offer and talk about more than just one thing. We want to talk about multiple things, either an accidental program, a Medicare supplement, Medicare Advantage, a life, a term, all the things. So I would recommend you guys to start practicing to say, hello, my name is Joe. Recently you returned this card wanting some information about changes in seniors' benefits. Really, what's this about? Well, it's a card you sent in. This is a card here. Have highlighted what the card says on there to get their attention. Say, yes, we're here to go over, to review the policy you have now, if you have one, to go over your health insurance to see if you qualify for a better health program, to save you some money on your doctor visits, on your prescriptions, see if you qualify for a free gym membership, see if you can get a better rate on your life insurance, see if I can save you some money on your final expense plan. All you want to do is cross that 4-inch threshold to get in the house. You want to be one step closer to them to where you have the opportunity to speak with them. And a lot of times when they have a policy already and you're at the front door, you're going, damn, this lead is no good. It's just been one of those days. I want you to take a soft step backwards and look at what you've run into. You don't have to sell a policy. You don't have to convince them. You don't have to do anything other than tell them, congratulations. Not many people that I deal with have actually taken that step to take a program out to protect their families, and I want to congratulate you. Very good. How long have you had the policy for? 6 months. Say, fantastic. Part of our services is to review the policy to make sure that what the other agent shared with you is what you got. Will that be all right for me to do that for you? It's a free service that we do, and then I'll be on my way. You want to try to say something to them to where they allow you in the house, number one. Then if they let you look at the policy, now you get an idea of what they have. Well, I really don't want to go over this today. I'm kind of busy and that stuff there. Say, I totally understand. Would it be all right if I was to leave you some material? So in the event, if you do want to change, or when you do have time, you can look at my materials. Most of the time they're going to tell you yes. The next thing I would tell them, this is all the warm-up, this is all to get into the house. Next thing I would tell them is that I represent 26 of the top carriers in your area, and so I don't give you the same information of the policy you already have. What policy did the agent sign you up for?
You're trying to extract from them what carrier they have in a nice way with the thought process, I don't want to give you the same information you already have if you got a policy, yet what you're really doing is that you're finding out what carrier they have to see, first of all, if you have it, and number two, if it's a carrier that you're aware of that's got higher premiums. They're going to sit and say, yes, Joe, I got it with ABC Company. And you're going to go, yep, I know them, good company, I represent them, or that's a captive company. Those agents can only offer you that product. I'm an independent broker. I can represent all 26 different carriers. Good, 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 good. If you like, I can review it for you, since I'm here now. No, I don't have time, Joe. Okay, let me leave you some brochures. Okay, just for my notes, so when I come back, I know exactly what we're doing. Do you say you got a policy ABC Company? Yes. You write it down and say, okay, is it what, for 10, 15,000? It's for 10,000. What are your premiums? $14. Whatever the premiums are. Say fantastic. You're going to try at that time to push the envelope a little bit. Just a little bit push the envelope. And say, I'm happy you got it again. Just for my notes, how's your health? You good? Yeah, Joe, nothing's wrong with me. You need medications? Yes, I'm an oral diabetic. I take high blood pressure, I take cholesterol, or I take a back medication because I had a car accident 5 years ago. Okay. I see what you have here. So what I want to do before I leave is that I know you're on a budget, you're on a time thing. Bring out your little rate calculator. Bring out that new little app that Jay and Heather have got for you guys. Open it up, boom, 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 say boom, boom, put in their age. Say, okay, $10,000, man. For that same program you have that you're paying $47, just for you to know, so when you want me to come back, enlarge it, I can get it to you for $39.17. Don't say nothing. Keep your mouth shut. Most of the time, you got their attention now. You didn't barge in the house. You didn't try to make a sale. You just told them, may I leave you some periodicals? May I leave you some brochures about the carriers that I represent? So I don't leave you the same one. What carrier did you get your policy from? ABC, fine. I represent them. I don't represent them. Let me give you some stuff. By the way, do you know what size policy you have? So when I come back, I can be more prepared to speak to you. And it's all about going slow. It's not talking fast. You don't want to be aggressive. You want to kind of take a step back. You want to lower your voice. You want to have some voice inflection of sincerity. You want to make them feel that you're there just to speak with them, not sell nothing. You don't want to encroach that door area to where they feel you want to come in the house because you're a stranger. You knock on somebody's door, you're a stranger, so most times they're going to tell you they're too busy to change their mind. So you got to go slow. When you gather the information, try to extract the carrier, try to extract the face, the premium amount, and say, oh, by the way, before I leave, let me just kind of look at what I've got for you here. If they got a graded program, I can do you an immediate benefit program. Do you know what a graded program is? Do you know how that works? So you're actually pre-selling outside. Do I recommend to do that? You got to do what you got to do to get into a house. Normally, you just want to barrel your way in the door, say, give me your damn policy, that's not good, I got something better, sign over here. It don't work that way. We wish it did. Go slow. Policy reviews are sometimes not the easiest thing to do, yet when you're going through it, you can tap on some hot spots. Past policy for 4 years, based on the graph they have here, the chart, it says at the end of the 4th year, you're going to have $692 in cash value. You're going to have a paid up policy of $1,213, and you're going to have 2 years and 14 days of extended term coverage. Great. Now, let me look through the back. So you go through the back, you can say, okay, I see how you answered no to all the health questions. I see how you have your daughter Marie and your son Anthony as your beneficiaries 50-50. Have that there. So if you want to start something different or new, you probably have them as your beneficiaries as well, right? Yes. Hot spot, you're going for the heart. 12-inch rule. Between the brain and the heart, you've got to connect, okay? It's an emotional sale as well as a financial sale. All you're doing is rubbing elbows with them now. You're just being nice with them now. You're reviewing, you're looking, you're learning, you're analyzing, you're learning your competition. You're seeing exactly what they offer, how the actual policy looks, to where the next policy you go to, you're going to sit back and go, yep, I've seen this policy before. Yep, this is a great policy. Yep, but I got something better. Confidence. The more you do something, the better it is. Think about it. You're a doggone professional basketball player. You're sitting at the foul line with 1 second left. The score is tied 99-99. If you make that free throw, okay, your team is going to win the world championship. So you're sitting there, you're bouncing that ball, you got all the people behind you screaming and hollering, calling you names, calling you fat and ugly and all that stuff there, waving their hands, the pom-poms. And what you're doing when you're that basketball player, you're only focused on that rim. And what's going to happen now is that your mind is going to take over and say, okay, Joe, we got muscle memory. You've done this 100 times before. Just take your time and follow through. But sometimes what happens, those arms get tight, your back tightens up, and you choke, okay? Now, you may lose a championship game, yet what we got to think about is that how we got to just follow through. Just follow through with that ball. And what you got to do when you're sitting in front of somebody, you got to sit and say, I got to take my time. I got to do what I practice. I don't want to make a shortcut. I want to do the same thing over and over. When you look at a basketball player, when you look at a golfer, before they take a shot, they usually have the same pre-drill warm-up. 1 or 2 swings, 1 or 2 dribbles, whatever is necessary. Good morning, Jimmy. 1 or 2 things, whatever is necessary. So what you do is that you follow the game plan. If they don't want to show it to you, you can't make them. If they do show it to you, you don't know what you're doing, make like you know what you're doing, memorize it, take pictures. If you do know what you're doing and you look at it, analyze it, ask them questions that you know. You see they bought it November of 2018. See, I see how you bought it November of 2018. Is that correct? I'm going to say, listen, Joe, you're reading the damn thing to me. What do you think? We'll have a conversation with them. You don't want to say, I've got this, you've got this, you've got this. Say, let me kind of show you. So sit next to them. Say, this is what you have, point it out. I sometimes use a highlighter. Here's your policy number, highlighted. Here's your face amount, highlighted. Here's your monthly premium, highlighted. Here's your cash value at the end of the 4th year, highlighted. So what it's doing is that you're highlighting what you want, because now in your mind you're trying to figure out, how's their health? Do I have a program for them? Can I move them from this company to another company? Do I have to add to what they have? All these things are going through your mind. Yet, take your time. Now, if you're unsure and the client's got a question, call me. Call your manager. Let's talk about this stuff here. Because what happens is that when a client sees that you're reaching to somebody of higher authority, that you're going over and above the call of duty to help them, what it's going to do is going to show that you are a good salesperson. You are there to help them, assist them, and you're there because you have concern for them. Our job is to find the issue of the problem and offer a solution. It's not there to go sell something. It's not there to go and to ram something down their throat. It's to go there, speak with them, not talk to them, speak with them, gain their trust, find out what the issues are, give them some options, tell them this is your solution. Which one do you feel is best for you to start today? That's it, guys. Make it a great day. I appreciate it. Appreciate your hard work. You got any questions, give us a call. If you don't have the App Store downloaded, the Filing Expense app downloaded, go to the App Store or go to Google. It's there waiting for you. Appreciate your hard work. And as always, call us when you need us. Bye-bye.